Exactly, Sean. All right. Banner 1, we've got... So I don't know what the Japanese banners look like, and I don't really care. Okay? So I'm just going to analyze these as though these are it. If there were changes or weren't changes is of no concern to me. So it looks like we've got Onion Knight Sync, Riku Sync. No Quistis. Nice Quistis. No Quistis and Pain Awakenings. What is this? Two Arcanes, Quistis and Noel. The Pain Chain. Not to be confused with the Cane Chain. Quistis USB, I don't know if that's new for her or not. I'm actually going to open Enlier's now. It's probably new because Quistis hasn't received anything new in a long time. I hate how the glint icon for 5-star and 6-star are the same exact ones so I can't tell from this, but obviously all three of these are Glint Plus. Onion Knight Noel Quistis. I'm glad they don't tell us who these legend materials belong to. I wonder whose this is. But Ninja Cowl, that's obviously Onion Knights because Final Fantasy 3. So Final Fantasy, or Onion Knight and Noel. Don't know what these do from this list, but that's what we got Enlier's for. This is official, yes. So, Onion Knight Sync. Grants High Quick Cast 1. Attach Water 3. Attach Water Stacking. Synchro Mode. And Water High Quick Cycle. Okay. What's his Synchro Mode? Not that he even needs a Synchro Mode at this point, because he's got a hero ability. That's pretty damn good. But, I mean, the better the Synchro Mode is, the less likely you would be to buy his hero ability, but Onion Knight's hero ability is really good. It's one of the better ones. They are exactly the same. That would help if I could just... look at that Japanese thread. Okay. Makes it easier because Enlier's is hard for people to see on stream. So I'd rather not use it to look at the entire item description. I don't think it's ever happened for us to get an exact replica of the festival. Been close before. There we go. Alright. Oh no, I'm gonna have to clone this. Same thing I did with the Japanese festival. Because all the special information for Soul Breaks is at the bottom. Onion Knight Synchro get a 6-time water non-elemental command. Alright, well, if you just plan on using Onion Knight as a water mage, then there's no need to use his hero ability. Defend command is 1 overflow and water damage plus 30%. And it's high quick cycle. Very basic, but still powerful. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess the hero ability would help for syncing, because otherwise you're stuck with Chain Waterja. It's like Rem Awaken. Basic yet strong. Yeah, it's because it's on the character that it's on. Onion Knight has always been a more powerful than other characters. But he fell off because he never had access to, you know, an element. So his damage output wasn't that great, even during the Odin era. It was, yeah, it needed like high imperils and high chain for him to deal damage, you know, matching everybody else. This changes everything. He just becomes a superpower water mage. So, big ass water mage. Next, Riku Sync. 15 and water synchro mode. Okay, there's... Oh, +2 items. Okay, there's something neat going on here. Let's go see it. Which is... I like this already for flavor purposes, because that's what Riku was all about in Final Fantasy X. Alright, first command. Quick, I'm guessing half cast time. Single target water. Okay. Self plus item. So not just 6 half cast time, but also plus item. Defend command, here's the interesting part. Oh, this is Ignis territory, isn't it? It looks very, very similar to Ignis. But that first command is awesome. So if you don't need the defend command, and maybe you don't. Yeah, I wish they'd gotten a little more creative than, oh, you lose items. It doesn't matter, because the first command is just fine. So, Riku's good. Anyway, the 3 things that it can do is... It's water damage to team. Party crit damage 50%. I guess the first item's not that bad. Is that the same as Ignis? Because, you know, using it for the first time for crit damage 50% is pretty good. If you're using Tyro's Awakening or USB 4. I remember not... Yeah, that's what I thought. The Ignis wasn't that. Crit chance 50% to party isn't that big of a deal. But crit damage to party is. Riku is much better. And if you aren't using Tyro, and probably not that many people out there who aren't using Tyro, but you could use the second cast for party crit chance 100%. But I think the most common usage will be crit damage 50% to match up with Tyro. Honestly, I really like this sync. If you just look at these 2 things and nothing else. Like, look at this. Onion Knight's defend command. A single overflow attack. Self-water damage plus 30%. For 3 turns. Party crit damage 50%. That's, I believe, a 25-second buff. So, good magic water, good physical water. Next, Noel, Awakening. Pure water. Is this his second awakening? Because he got nice one first, right? So, Noel's second awakening. It's just an awakening. Let's go take a look at what it does. Yeah, it's just a water... Oh, what? Oh, it's not. So it's the typical second element awakening, which is no dual cast, but it gives him instant cast instead. Three different chase types. Well, two different chase types, but three different schools. Sharpshooter and Thief is self-water damage 10%. This is... After every attack, he gets 10%. It's kind of interesting. And with Dragoon, no airtime 1. Well, that's actually pretty necessary. Because the Dragoon ability that takes away airtime is... not water. So what do you do about the first attack? Do you just suck it up and use a dead turn? It's only 2 hits, but it's every single turn, and it gives him no airtime. And Dragoon damage plus 30%. This happens every turn. It's not really here for the chase. And short airtime? Okay. That's not so bad then. But yeah, the first attack will be slow. I will certainly much rather use him as a sharpshooter or a thief if I have the option. But water sharpshooter it's tough to find someone who is not going to be better than Noel. So it's most likely going to be Thief. And if you can't Thief, then you Dragoon. Yeah, it is weak. His first awakening, does it at least have... Is it Ice, or is it, like, Sharpshooter? Yeah, but you may not be running Riku. I think it's more likely for a team to be running Titus than Riku. So his first awakening is it's Awoken Ice. So really this is the only awakening. Yeah, you could use the Trinity ability. How else would he get N water? His Glint Plus, which is on the banner, and that's it. I dislike situations like this. One, switch draws are by nature worse than a character being just naturally good at an element. 2, the relic is only available on this banner, and that's it. So, if you get one of these, you're sunk. If you have to get both, and his arcane is at least ice and water, so it'll work for ice version of Noel, which is a hell of a lot better than water version. Alright, moving on. Noel is probably one of the weaker spots on the banner. Quistis, water poison, that's what I'm talking about. Instructor awakening, which I'm guessing is going to be a water or poison awakening. Don't like the switch draw. Yeah, water bio. Switch draw, water poison. And chase with a damage resist. So this is alright. This problem is very similar to Noel. I mean, except for, like, the fact that the awakening itself isn't bad. This is basically a poison awaken. If you don't get the Quistis things on the banner. Oh, even Quistis' Ultra on the banner doesn't give M water. So, yeah, it's Quistis Glint Plus, or this is her only form of M water. Now, Quistis has a poison character, because her BSB gives her N poison. That is readily available and spammable. Yeah, it has Switch Draw, but like I said, it'd be her only form of M water. Ultra has Switch Draw? Oh, I must have missed that. Oops. Yeah, I did. Alright, that's a little better. So there's 3 ways on the banner to get her N water. The status is the same. So, just like any other status with identical IDs, it would overwrite itself. So you would only get one. You would want to expend your first switch draw and then cast another and then expend it afterwards. Right, this is what Ricky just said. Okay, that's better. That there's 2 other ways for her to get N water on the banner instead of Noel's just 1, plus the fact that Noel's Awakening is kind of bad. Next up, Pains is old. Respect counter mode. Self quick cast, chase 1. Oh, yeah, I don't really like this Awakening. Yeah, it's old as in it's not new. Yeah, it's not good. The Awakening itself doesn't provide any other forms of extra damage except for Quick Cast, which is available from external sources, and Crit Chance, also available from external sources. So, it's more of a Torment and Phantasm thing, because on a full, like, 6-star team, these things should be available from other places, which means that they're overriding each other. With the Awakening statuses that you get, you want things that aren't readily available from other sources. 40% damage resist 1 would work. Chases are always the best. Not always, most of the time the best. Because those are hits, and hits can't be provided from external sources. Quistis Arcane, sure. Noel Arcane, good. Pain Chain, good for people that don't have Water Chain. Pain's USB 2. I was much happier to get Pain's USB 2 than I would have been if I had gotten Pain's Awakening. On that old ancient Final Fantasy X banner. So Quistis' Ultra is not bad if you plan on using Quistis, and I don't think you would. You probably wouldn't want to use Quistis with just this. But definitely an awesome thing to have if you have her Awakening though. Oh yeah, you're right. I forget that Pain got a second USB. All right, moving on to the Glint Pluses. Onion Knight, yeah, stacking. Sure. Noel Switch Draw, High Quick Cast 1, sure. And Quistis is not switch draw, but that's okay. It's honestly better that it's not. But it's and water stacking. And Onion Knight start battle with M water. Onion Knight has a lot of good legend materials. This would be good if you... I guess so. There might be a situation where you wouldn't want to use his start with battle with Instant Cast 2. If you are using him as a DPS, it's less useful. And it does lose effectiveness very early on in the fight. So, it would be better than that if you're not, like, casting RW Wall to start or using one of his, support USBs or something. Noel start battle with M water. Well, that's a way you can get M water. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, dual casts made things a little rocky sometimes during Phase 2 for me with Titus. So what do I think about the banner overall? Honestly... No, I won't be pulling on this banner. I don't really care for this banner. It's really top heavy. Onion Knight and Riku syncs are both really good. But none of the Awakenings really speak to me. And if I'm adding up the amount of relics that belong to those two characters, there's 4. Onion Knight Glint Plus, Onion Knight LMR, Onion Knight Synchro, and Riku Synchro. It feels like a sweepstakes. The lottery. Play the lottery for the syncs. Yeah, Ice Noah would have been better. But, elemental theme of the festival and all. But, because it's elemental, what are people's other choices for water? They've already passed, The Final Fantasy X banner, the Water Black Chocobo banner. I think I can only advocate pulling here if you need the water chain. Or yeah, if you've got no other choice. Let's take a look at the event list. We never got this banner, which is watery. You got Water Dragoon Ward. Good luck. Yeah, it's it's not looking good. Ugh. Yeah, so this is your last chance to get water for what seems like forever. So there's that. But I guess I don't really need to suggest a banner to those people because they know that they're up Schitt's Creek. There are 2 very powerful synchros on the banner. At least there's that, so you do have a pretty decent chance if you toss 250 mithril at it. Yeah, there's the elemental tickets, and those are pretty important. Water is the best pool in elemental tickets. So, I don't know, maybe it just say spend on tickets or wait till the Final Fantasy X ticket banner. After that gets refreshed. If you don't want to take the risk here. Could get Titus's Awakening for 100 mithril. Yeah, there's options. And because there's options, maybe, you know, getting trapped into pulling on the spanner is probably not a good idea for a lot of people. Okay, so that's banner 1. How's everybody else feel about it? Water is the best pool. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Best banner? Alright. For weird flex. I can get behind that, though. Apparently not, Tedder. I think I'd be sold on it more if I actually liked Quistis as a character. I know she's got her devout fans out there, but I did not like her. Really? Really? Hell yeah. I'm gonna spend my whole stash on a Poison Elemental pickup banner. Alright, so that's banner 1. From all the talking I did during the Awakening Lucky and for the first banner, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, get a drink. Then we can move on. Only got 3 banners left. One less banner than usual.